Welcome to Sao Paulo. Nicholas Palomino on pole for his first time in his career. Then it's Hudson, Gasly and Medvets. Lam Thong starts 5th from Gabriela Bargson and your boy. Then it's Niven Colby in 8th from Enoch Yu and Daf Sanchez. Armand Samuel is 11th from Ray Shen and Max Bortkar, with Carson Thornburg starting 14th. Tommy is up in 15th position from the championship leader O'Quee. Then it's Milos Schmeicher, Bob Marino, Hash Sheldon and teammate Wack Loco from Akari Lopez and Lewis Olsen. Well, for race 5, we've returned to Brazil. Palomino, for the first time of his career, is on pole as all 5 lights go on. And INDYCAR is underway here in Brazil. Dominic Hudson with an amazing start off the line. He's already in front of Nicholas Palomino as they head through the first chicane. What can the Spaniard do to try and get around the outside? He can't. But Medvets, however, in that number 66 car, he's looking to the inside of turn number 4, and he gets past the pole sitter who's lost 2 positions off the race start. Meanwhile, Schmeicher in the 11 car with a time penalty. Pierre Gasly looking for a way past LeBarton, and he finds it. Lam Thong retakes 5th position. Almost a collision there between Thong and LeBarton. Your boy, winner last time out, and joint championship contenders with many of the other drivers on the field. Yeah, he's up into 7th as Ray Shen's got a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. A bit of a rough start to this race for Nicholas Palomino after his first career pole position. But rounding the final turn, he's in the slipstream of Matty Medvets, and he's looking to make the pass as they begin lap 2 of 17. Looks to the inside of Medvets and will overtake him. If he can just hold on, he'll get attack mode rounding the final, coming out of the final part of that S section. And he's trying to close in, but he's currently being chased after by Pierre Gasly, having to defend a lot harder there. In terms of the tyre situation, we've just come off the back of 3 consecutive races where tyres have played a major part in the finish. So, as Palomino there gets in front of Pierre, Firestone Tyre have decided to do something rather unorthodox, as Loco and Hash Sheldon are at the very back of the pack for the 2 Penske drivers, who are the only 2 drivers who started this race on the hards. Firestone, they decided to go for a much faster, a much softer, but more consistently wearing tyre. So, we'll see a lot more pit stops, but at the very least, the teams know what they have. It's not going to, by the end of this race, blow up, as Lam Thong holds on to 5th position by the skin of his teeth. Medvet has the fastest lap of this race as he's closing up to the back of Dominic Hudson. If he can't get this move done quickly, however, this man, Nicholas Palomino, who's going for his first career victory, he's going to have to try and do it a lot faster than Medvets. Palomino, best career finish, 2nd, lost out on victory in his maiden season, of course. He lost out on victory in Twin Ring Motegi by mere fractions of a second. As they now rise up the hill, he's looking for the move on Medveds. He's found the opportunity. He's going low through the final bank turn here in Sao Paulo. He takes 2nd, and with attack mode now, with the fastest lap as well, he takes the lead in Brazil, reclaiming it from Hudson and Medveds. But Hudson looks to the inside through 3. He's drawing level, and he's taken the lead away. Medveds reclaims 2nd, but look at the state of those soft tires. Grading up, you're seeing the blistering already after 4 laps, 61%, 60%. These tires, again, they wear quickly, but they wear consistently. That is what Firestone mainly wanted to have happen, because at the very least, the tire strategy aspect would be amplified if the tires wore faster. That's the statement that Firestone made effectively. With that 66 car trying to close up to the back of the number 31 in front of him, Dominic Hudson for AJ Foyt. Running a pretty good race so far. He's going for another win in his career as they begin lap 5. Lam Thong is the first man to come into the pits. And it's another set of softs going on. Also in, Thornburg and Olsen. Both started on softs. Olsen's going on to the medium, so is Carson Thornburg. As looking back up to the fight up front. This is a track where you're not often going to see any cautions for any reasons, even if a driver gets a puncture. We often see here in Brazil the drivers managing to evade them quite quickly and quite safely. But Hudson, only a handful of tenths in front of Medvets and Palomino. We saw in Formula E when they came here to Brazil, Remy Lebeau pulling off quite possibly his best career victory. We could see a similar last lap overtake here, but it's likely going to come down to strategy. In comes the race leader, Dominic Hudson with Pierre Gasly. That promotes Matty Medvets to the race lead with 11 laps to go. We're keeping an eye on the hard tyre runners as well. Lam Fong with the fastest second sector of anyone. Fong has recently come into the pits, we believe. Where is Lam? He's in 19th. He did just pit on the prior lap, so that's probably why he's in front of Pierre Gasly. Many drivers coming out of the pits on hards, and looking at the two Penske drivers, 59%, so we expect them to last realistically to about lap 8, lap 9. Palomino and Medvets have really stretched the life of those softs. 6 laps. We really expect them to, at most, around here to 8. So they are cutting it close. And for Prix, Borcar, those on the mediums, I think they should be able to do up to about lap 10. In come the top 2. It's a race in the pits. Another set of softs going on for Nicholas Palomino. Softs going on for, I'm pretty sure, one of the Manthey drivers. As out of the pits comes Medvets, and he's on the hards. Palomino is still behind him, but guess who's in front still? It's Dominic Hudson, and it's not even close. Is it? No, 2 seconds in front for Dominic. He might be able to dominate this race. Your boy is in front of Palomino, and he's looking to try and get past Matty Medvets as well. Sends it down the inside and takes 9th position. 2 points might not seem like a lot right now, but it could become a lot come season's end. Ray Shen, with that 5-second time penalty, is currently leading this race from Max Borcar and Haas Sheldon. It's a very interesting top 5 that we've got out there. All 5 of them yet to stop, and we don't expect them to stop for another few laps if they are really going to extend their tyre life. Medvets right now is chasing after Hudson, and I think Shen's coming in. Shen does pit with Max Borcar, so it's Haas Sheldon leading as Prix, the championship leader, comes in, straps on some more mediums. Probably expected to see some hard tyres being put on, but at least we know with Sheldon and Loco being out there for as long as they have been, I think this race could be a 2-stop no matter what tyres you are using. Very interesting to note. It's a Penske one too, though. It's good news if you are a Penske fan, as Lam Fong chased after by Dominic Hudson. By the way, guys, guess who's actually leading the pack in terms of those who have pitted, as Hudson's looking for a way to go around the outside? Gasly, the man just a handful of tenths in front of Hudson after making that pretty good move. Gasly, this man, is currently the net race leader with the 2 Penskes in front of him. Well, one of them is alongside and now behind. He looks to the low line. That's going to be 2 moves on the yellow teapots as he does move up into the race lead. Loco pits. Lam Fong also in. It's a very early stop for that second stop for the guys down at Revolution. Bit of a struggle down at that team, in my opinion, if they have to do that so early. Maybe they don't trust how long the softs should do in this race. The hards at the very least should do a very long while, but still, if they're not confident on the softs, why did they put Lam Fong out on another set of them? Lex Loco's done a hard strategy, so he's only doing a 1-stop. Which, you know, not the fastest strategy in terms of lap time, but you never know. But the fact that you're not doing a 2-stop might mean that maybe you are gaining track position. As track position gained for Hudson and Palomino, Pierre Gasly and the Power Motorsport team, they've managed to just take the lead on strategy. 7 laps to go. It's the ERL INDYCAR series in Sao Paulo, Brazil, as Nicholas Palomino taking second. Dominic Hudson had to hit the side of the Spaniard. That 31 car's got no attack mode, and I don't think the 93 did either. He's just trying to close up to the back of Pierre Gasly and reclaim what's his, that being the race lead. Haas Sheldon is dropping down the order. He's dropped to 6th, and he's still yet to make his pit stop. 27% tyre wear, so expect him to stop pretty soon, as that's almost contact with a Lebargson. On board we go with car 19. In the slipstream of Haas Sheldon, but this is a place where that slipstream easily becomes dirty air, as there goes Nevin Colby in that Manthe Motorsport number 37 up into 6th position. The Bogson in the 19 moves up with him, and your boy in the 27 denied of making the move for now. I think we might see the 54 come in, and he does pit. Pierre Gasly pits. I believe that's from the race lead as well. Palomino leads the pack. But how much longer can he do? How much longer can he do with those tyres? As Medvets moves in front of Dominic Hudson, who, with that 5-second time penalty, is definitely going to struggle come the end of this race. If he has to stop again, well, he'll be held for 5 seconds. If he doesn't have to stop again, he will lose that 5 seconds in terms of time, and that will drop him down behind his teammate right now. Looking further back then, look at this. Micah and Lam Thong fighting over 16th position. The Vietnamese driver in the number 73 looking for a way to go around the outside as Palomino and Sanchez both pit for their second stops. Palomino's on another set of softs, might be able to make it to the end of the race on those as Lam Thong moves up into 16th position after only 2 laps done on those soft tyres. They're at 65%. 5 laps to go as Matty Medvets leads the pack. Carson Thornburg has just come out of the pits. He hasn't just come out of the pits. He's doing his first lap, his first full lap with these new medium tyres. 88% tyre wear for him, as he's about to get past man who has just come out of the pits in Niven Colby. Moves up into that 20th spot. This man, Bob Marino, he's just come out of the pits and he's at the very back of the pack. The entire pack separated by 24 seconds, by the way. Try getting that in your My Career series. Like to see you try. But as we begin lap 13 of 17, Medvets leads, Hudson second. Your boy moves up into 3rd for now, but Borkar lunges down the inside and will take that position away from him. McLaren man is going to get a healthy dosage of attack mode. Heading through this turn, rear wing wide open as Shen, Lebargson and Micah all in for their second stops. Will they be their final stops? We'll find out once this race ends, of course. Palomino, of the drivers who have come in for their second stops, he's still not leading. Gasly is roughly about a second up the road from Palomino, and by that I mean he can see him. If he wasn't blocked by Armand Cyril, gets past Loco quite quickly in this dirty air, pulls out of the Pinnacle's dirty air, rounds to the outside. Can the 93 get it done? Not quite yet. He has to switch to the inside going down the hill, and he will take 11th for now. For Palomino, this is him trying to hold on to that championship challenge to his own teammate. Medvets, Borkar, your boy, they're all into the pits. It is Hudson who leads from a not Q, and Tommy who gets in front of Qui. Gasly and Palomino, a tale as old as time. The Spaniard moves up into 5th position and looks for a way past his own teammate. After doing 2 laps on those softs, I think he can make it to the end. But no, who's this? It's Pierre Gasly to P4. Make that P3, lunging down the inside. Great move from the Frenchman in the 3 car. Palaminio swaps to the inside. Must have caught Pierre by surprise because he's now up into third position and in fact gets past an RQ as well. Second for Nicholas Palaminio. And now he's off to chase after Dominic Hudson, who can make it to the end of this race. So for Palaminio, what he has to do right now is put in an absolute stormer of a lap by the end of this race. He does need to take care of those softs though, because I don't think he can make it to the end of this race if he continues with the pace that he's shown. But what's this? Hudson's in the pits. Hudson, you, Kui, Tommy, all in the pits at the end of lap 15. So it's Palaminio from Gasly and Loco. I think... Wait, did Gasly come in? No, Gasly is still second. Sanchez moves in front of Loco. Colby in that 37 car, closing up to the back of the only man out there on the hard tyres right now. He's run a pretty long stint on them. Switches to the inside. Can he find a way past? Not right now. He goes for another lunge, but he's still not really close enough to even draw level. And I don't think he will be able to draw level anytime soon. Maybe going around the outside. He can't get it done. He's actually lost a lot of time by going on the outside in that Manthe Motorsport number 37. And Hash Sheldon now on the back of the Malaysian driver. But Medvets, he's got a rocket ship underneath him in that Chip Ganassi number 66 as we're on to the penultimate lap. He moves up into fourth position. And he's closing up to Nicholas Palaminio. Palaminio, 51% tyre wear, should be able to make it to the end. He's 3 seconds in front of Gasly, who's only a handful of tenths in front of Sanchez, who's, again, only roughly about 8 tenths in front of Medveds, and that gap is closing in the fight for second. Can they close up to Nico by the end of this race? I think Medveds has the pace to, but if Sanchez and Gasly can even try and get alongside each other and stop this fighting, if they can just go after Nico, they could get the pass done quite quickly. Medveds coming into this fight for second as well. These guys absolutely at each other's necks. Medveds up into third position. Tries to clear Pierre, but he's got 3 seconds to try and close up to the back of Nicholas Palaminio as we are on to the final lap here in Brazil. Nicholas Palaminio. Many IndyCar drivers took their first wins in their rookie seasons. One of the champions of the ERL IndyCar Series, however, he didn't do that. He took his first race win in the season that would see him take his championship, and that was Linus Eriksson. Medveds lunges down the inside and is now up into second. He's 4 seconds down on Nico Palaminio. For the Spaniard, it's the first time that a Spanish ERL driver will take their first win in a long time. I think the first time since well, it's definitely been a long time. I think you have to date back to Carlos Sainz. But that number 93, the blue of Hyperdrive Racing, sees victory once again in IndyCar. But it's the first victory for Nicholas Palaminio in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Here come the two Maya Shank drivers though. They're fighting over which one of them gets points. Forced to the inside. And Olsen just about gets it. Here is your podium. Fastest lap of the race eventually went to our man Cyril, but this man, Nicholas Palaminio, takes his first career ERL Series win. Manny Medveds is second from Dav Sanchez, your top three on this podium. It's just great to see a victory come the way of the Spaniard, and I think that will take him to the top of the driver standings as well. As for the rest of your finishing order, you've got Pierre Gasly, Nevin Colby, Ash Sheldon, and Gabriella Barton. Max Borkart is 8th from Loco and Olsen, and outside of the points, you've got Marino, your boy Thornburg, Shen, Hudson, Lamfong, Enoch, Yu, Lopez, Micah, Kui, Tommy, and Cyril. In the driver standings, Nicholas Palaminio leads from Gasly, Sheldon, Borkart, and Kui. And for Kui, who had led in the first 4-ish races of the season, to now see himself be 22 points off the championship lead. It's unheard of. Armand Cyril is 6th from Miwa Schmeicher and your boy. Then it's Bob Marino, Carson Thornburg, Gabriela Barton, and Manny Medved from Shen Sanchez and Loco, as well as Lam Fong and Tommy. Those guys all tied on 16 points, and it's Niven Colby, Akari Lopez, Hudson, Olsen, and Inoku, who's yet to score any points in the constructors' standings. Heading into the next round of the championship, Hyperdrive BBX lead the pack from Team Penske, who's 1 point in front of Andretti Green Racing. Then it's Apex Pinnacle, Chip Ganassi Racing, Aaron McLaren SP tied with Chip Ganassi, and they're both 1 point in front of Manthey Motorsport, who's also 1 point in front of Power Motorsport. Power Motorsport, they're 8 points in front of Revolution Racing. Then it's Maya Shank tied with AJ Foyt. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL returns.